Hello everybody, it's Bubs, or you can call me Bubbles. Welcome to my new playthrough, which I've decided to do as Doki Doki Literature Club. Now, this game is also from 2017, just like Night in the Woods, so I'm a little late once again. But regardless, we're here to have a good time. I'm not really worried about staying quote-unquote relevant with the games that I decide to play. It's more of games that pique my interest, and I think that would be cool to play through and have you guys watch. Quick warning, Doki Doki Literature Club is not meant for children. Like I said, this game came out in 2017. If you still think this is made for children, I don't know what to tell you. But it's not, and I know that for sure because this game came with about 6 different warnings of don't let children watch this. So yeah, it's not for kids. So if you are a child under 15, don't watch this. But anyway, let's get on with it. I have an idea of what Doki Doki Literature Club is, like the concept of it, but I don't know the details of the game. It was one of those games that came and went for me. I saw it, I thought it was, alright. It was just another game for me. I didn't hate it, I didn't love it. It just didn't pique my interest at the time. But here I am, about 5-6 years later, and here I am playing it. So, I welcome you to this new playthrough. If this is your first time coming in and checking me out, my name's Bubs. I go by Bubs or Bubbles on this channel. I play video games and I like to talk a lot. Yeah, y'all thought. Hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. Okay, so this is like what are those called? Visual novel games? That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running anyway. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I'm not doing that. Y'all ain't getting that out of me. Screw y'all. Okay, so this is Sayori. I overslept again, but I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Bubs. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. I'm not doing that. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Bubs, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you. Sorry. Since the characters don't switch, I'm like having to read and see who's actually talking. I told you already, I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn, Jesus Christ, how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you being a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. NEET. I know what that word is. I just don't remember what it stands for. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. All right. I'll look at a few clubs that makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit. Even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. Before I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Damn. Clubs. Saori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Really? I mean, sure. You know, go towards your interest. Hello? Saori. Saori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I kept you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me. If it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Saori. Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Saori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member, and Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Saori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go! I love how this is going already. We're already being dragged into a club. The music has stopped. I'm scared. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Saori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Saori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Saori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Bubs! What a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. Are you okay? What is going on here? Girly, you're about to pop a button. I'm just looking at these uniforms and they are very ugly. All words escape me in this situation. Oh dear God. This club? Am I gonna like this MC? It's full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki? I'm not doing that. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. What the fuck? She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Saori. Girl, I want to eat her cupcakes. I'd be scared as fuck. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Saori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back toward the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Saori and Natsuki. AKA, if this was the Ed, Ed, and Eddie trio, she would be Double D. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Bubs. Monica smiles sweetly. Oh God, what is this? Girl, you alright? She said, let me break my back real quick. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Oh. Monica was probably the most popular in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. Oh, buh-huh. So having her smile at me so generally feels a little... Oh my God, this is gonna piss me off, isn't it? You too, Monica. Come sit down, Bubs. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. I'm really trying to give them the stereotypical voices that you would see with these characters. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Quick thing, after I left high school, I realized how nasty people are. So now I don't really eat food from people I don't personally know. Like, if I haven't seen your kitchen, I'm not eating from your kitchen. That's basically what I'm saying. Because people are nasty. Nasty. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! What? Ooh, whoa! What? Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like cats. There's 4 of them. Dang, girl, that's 3 per person? That's a lot of cupcakes. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. Are we gonna see them? I wanna see them. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious! Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. If you talk with your mouth full of food, just know you're on that list. You might not know what that list is, but you're on it. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. It's a cupcake, not fucking a $30 steak. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? Throw that shit in the trash. Fuck it. Kobe that shit. I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. Nah, she got that shit from the Pillsbury. The Pillsbury in the can icing. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything. I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe. But not for you, you dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole... Oh, she showed up. I thought she was talking. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? Girl, what? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. Oh god, this is gonna piss me off. That's not true. Oh. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member of any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? She said, I'm sick of the spotlight. Let me just make my own club about books. Literature club, if you will. Well, to be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. Oh, sugar daddy, I double clicked. I'm so sorry. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. She said something. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah. We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Bubs, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. He doesn't read manga? Oh, manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. Oh, here she is, guys. It looks like she wants to say something, but keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. Ew. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. Okay. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. That's fair. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. What the fuck? I desperately grasped something I could relate to at the minimal level. He said, let me talk to you real quick, girly. Me, a literature master. I've read a few horror books in my time. Like, Miss Nelson is missing. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. I mean, yeah. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. Those are the ones you gotta watch out for. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. This girl's pissing me off. Never mind. Say something if you want to say something, because you're pissing me off that you're not saying anything. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! Give that back! Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. So, Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, oh, God bless it. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share some sometime? No! Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer, yeah? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities, and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you should share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. That backfired for her, didn't it? I guess it's the same for Yuri. Aw, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Huh? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it! Fucking sorry. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Bubs? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Oh, hold on. There is still one problem. Eh? What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Saori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. All 4 girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought... Bubs. You all... I'm defenseless against these girls. Tomato, boo, boo, tomato, the sky, boo, tomato.
Great, you're a soy boy beta cuck.
What?
How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? Easy. You make a clear-headed decision when it's like this. That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Oh, do they? Yes, I'm so happy. Saori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey. You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Bubs, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. I'm not doing that. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? What? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Bubs, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right. Saori and I never walk home together more because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the 4 girls. Saori, Natsuki, Yuri, and, of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight.
Prepare to be written! I'm doing it! I'm doing it! Yeah! Yeah! Can some of these? Can some of these? Almost there and done. Now let's see how it looks so far. The break time!
It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Shit, we were supposed to be listening? What? Shit. What do you mean? How is that not her? I just choose all the horror ones. I do like Yuri. I think she's the best. Memories, dream, defeat, anxiety, unrequited. Okay, good. I'm trying to get to her. I don't know what this poem is writing. I really don't care. Sticky universe, unrestrained, special cat. Captive? Girl, what is this poem I'm writing? Games, shit! I didn't read the rest of the words, I'm not gonna hold you. Vacation, poof. Girl, what do you mean? Lust, desire, despise, sensation, intellect, insight. I'm about to say she's smart. Pink, playground, feather, melancholy. What is this poem? Girl, I don't know what this poem is. Shiny, Valentine, wrath, excitement, tragedy. How is that not you? Boop, flying, kawaii, agonizing? Okay, thanks. Time, death, anime, just throw an anime real quick. Death. I'm gonna kill somebody. I'm gonna hurt somebody. Eternity, sugar jump, disarray, infinite marriage. Okay. Hope, uncanny. Let's do uncanny. Chocolate, atone. Damn. Atone, giggle, covet. Okay. All right. You know that Logic song, the 1-800 whatever, where it's like, who can relate? Woo! That's exactly how that felt when she did that. Determination, anger, unstable. But I don't even know what this means. Let's do unstable. Yeah! Beauty, ambient, secretive, meager, unending, hopeless. Damn it! Shame, shopping, clumsy, fireflies, laugh, hop, pop. What? Cage? Oh, thank God. Infallible, socks, fester, dance, misery? Damn it! Hi again, Bubs. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least kept my word. Or keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Bubs. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on. Like, he deserves any slack. Oh my God, this girl's so annoying. Saori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take it seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Ooh, manga collection? Not doing that. You guys aren't getting sus clips from me. Maybe. Natsuki finds herself stuck between Saint Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki pops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Bubs always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sorry, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. What is up with this girl? Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Bubs can become good friends too. Saori. As usual, Saori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know. Oh, did it work? Am I getting her? Wait, Saori. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Saori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. Oh, what do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. Ooh, I get a book? I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. How is this girl accidentally being cute? I guess because I'm a female that this is like weird to me. Because I'm supposed to be a dude. This is from a dude's perspective, but whatever. She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. I ain't gonna hold you, I do the same shit. I would do the same shit. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Sari and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Ah, crap. I think she knows me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book that you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Girl, what did you give me? Is that so? What's it about anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Oh, okay. Alright. I just want to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Bubs? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into these things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kind of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. What problem? When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. That least I can do is listen. Oh, the least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Damn, caught her. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Ooh, he said big moves. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... That's me. Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's and hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Aww. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. Oh, I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. What? Are you ready? To turn the page. Ah, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? She's calling him a slow reader. I can feel it in my bones. Yeah, she's calling him a slow reader. She said, damn, shoddy illiterate. I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. What do you mean by that? I hope you mean like, I don't know, the character's smart or something. Please say something like that. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all the things that she says and does. Like, she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But Bubs, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. Oh, that's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I'm more meant that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. Oh! I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. This man doesn't get a bookmark, a piece of paper. He doesn't even dog ear it. Like, broski. Fun fact, I read a lot growing up. Like, a lot. I read a lot of books growing up. I was a book nerd. I was a little book nerd, book geek. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait! Saori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Saori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Yuri. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion, to be fair. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What's that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Girl, what did I write? Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. That's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself to me or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils, girl, my eyes cannot read this. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining street light to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Girl, what? I like that poem. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. Girl, the only reason it's bad is because I barely can read cursive. Or whatever the hell that was. I don't think that was cursive. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. I'm slow. Sorry. Damn, girl, we just had this conversation where you were like, oh, if you need some more time to read, go ahead. Now you're like, oh, you took so long. What do you want from me? Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Girl, what you be writing? Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghost theory? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Bubs. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Yeah, you did. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so... Girl, I don't know what I wrote. Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this. But in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Bubs. Me too. Alright. I know this is like a weird spot to end. But obviously, these are going to be like big conversations. So, we're going to end it right here. We're going to end it with the girlies, with the other girlies going to show us their poems, and we will read their poems. Monica, I'm saving you for last. Like I said, I have some concept of this game, so as the game progresses, you'll realize why I'm doing certain things, just to see like what will happen, because this is actually a blind playthrough. I've never watched a playthrough or anything for this game, so we're gonna see how everything moves along. Obviously, this game right now is very cutesy, very dreamy, very cute girls, blah blah blah. You know, it's playing like a visual novel or like a dating sim game if you've ever played one of those. But I know that it gets worse later. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoy this playthrough that I'm going to be putting out for the next couple of weeks. And I hope that you guys have been enjoying my channel so far. I know I've been kind of sporadic with my uploading, and that's really just me dealing with real life stuff and my regular job and stuff like that. So I will try to definitely crack down on that and get a more set upload schedule for you guys, because you know I do this for you, for y'all. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys next week when I upload the next part. This is Bubs signing out.